It's already understood, and we already know why mothers are awarded full custody, like the wives and all. For one, the idea of being involved in the court system means that the court system pretty much makes money off these so-called family issues. Women can't really see it because they make so much money. The fact that they're able to steal your money through child support. The way I look at it is I'm now trying to look at it and see something deeper than just the court system making money off your situation. You know, it's just staying in power. White people, the state government, it's them staying in power, and it's like a trickling down effect. You know, when you have a mother who is dependent on the system, and at the same time she telling herself she independent, she telling people she independent, she telling people she do it alone, knowing damn well that she don't. When you get food stamps, first of the month checks, child care aid, all this other shit, like you're not independent at all. You very dependent on the system. And what that does is it's going to teach your children to be dependent on systems also. For a black male child, he's not going to be able to get these same type of benefits while he's coming up. He's going to be expected to work. He's still dependent because he's dependent on someone else to create a job for him. He's seen his mother wait for somebody else to create something for her, so he gonna for somebody else to create something for himself. He's not gonna grow up thinking, I don't need school, I don't need college, I don't need none of this shit. I probably just need to work a little bit depending on my circumstances, get the money that I need to get, and then, build how I need to build. And if that child had a father in the household who knew how to build and everything, that can be so beneficial for society, for the community. That can be so inspiring. Imagine having a father who, okay, I have to work, I have to break out of this mode. But now that I have my son, I'm going to teach him how not to go the direction I went, how not to work for nobody else. You can't really get that if you have a single parent household, which the mother has full custody, which she is the parent in that household. Just like a daughter. You can't expect for her to grow up and not put a person on child support if all she's been seeing is her mother put people on child support. If all she's been seeing is her mother depending on working for somebody else, her mother rotating all these different men in the household. And it's evil. This ain't even a government. Like, it's fucking, it's demons. It's the devil. It's Satan. It's all of this shit that people be talking about, this spiritual shit. Yeah, to a degree, I believe in a lot of spiritual shit. But when you really look at the reality and what's in front of your face, it's just like, it's not called an employee. It's called a slave. It's not called a court official. It's called the fucking devil. It's called demons, goons, minions. The police, the sheriffs, all these court workers, they're just minions and goons. Your judge is Satan. Your mayors are Satan. Your governors are Satan. Your presidents are Satan. Everybody up under them is just fucking demons. They're demons that's helping them do the dirty work. That's making sure shit stays in place until they show their fucking ugly face. And they know exactly what they're doing. The system is teaching people to be weak, teaching people to be independent. And the problem is that a lot of these young men who are growing up now, they don't even know how to be men. Now they're just going to be dependent. So when you do get to a point to where you possibly get a two-parent household in the future, the thing about the shit is that they're going to think like that woman. They're going to think like the mother. Look at it now. How many men do you have spoiling the fuck out of their daughters? I know of men who said that they're going to tell their sons to go work. But for their daughter, they gonna take care of them because I don't want her thinking another man gotta take care of her. Dude, you're teaching her a man's supposed to take care of her. So what if you and your wife decide to go separate ways? Which that's the way it's looking, but they decide to go separate ways. And now this young child is most likely going to see other men coming in and out the household. So it's gonna be daddy's supposed to take care of me, stepdaddy's supposed to take care of me, that other guy's supposed to take. It's just gonna be a rotation that's going on inside of her head. Oh, and then guess what? I still think this way. I feel like whatever you teach a child, when they become 12 years old, like from birth to 12 years old, it's going to be hard to get that shit out of their mind. Why do I say 12 years old? I typically want to say puberty, but I'm going to get to the 12-year-old situation. So puberty is really a child becoming an adult. There's really no such thing as a fucking teenager. I don't like a lot. I don't understand that people were raised to believe that. That's because that's what evil organizations, evil cultures, evil people raise you to believe. That's not the way that it works. You're an adult when you hit puberty. So what the court system does is it knows this. So it throws this little understanding in there to where it's like either your child, you can go back to court and your child can speak for itself at 12 years old to decide which parent it want to go to. Right? So let's say you on child support, whatever the case is. If you have a good relationship with your child and your child knows they want to come to you when they turn 12, you pretty much kind of got that one. Now, I don't know. Maybe laws are different in other states, but here in Wisconsin, you pretty much got that one. But the problem with that, there's two issues I see with that. The first issue is that if that child has been with his mother, the mother spoiled the child, all this shit, turned the child against you as a father, any of this other shit, what happens is that this child ain't gonna want to go to you when they turn 12 years old and go to the court. If you want to bring the child to court to try to get full custody, that kid probably gonna be like, no, I'd rather stay with my mom. I know my mom, that's who I've been with, so I'll just stick it out with her. Right? Or case B is that the child does decide to come with you. But that child may come with a lot of issues. If you have a little boy, he may be so fucking effeminized. He's been around his mother and probably all these women, you know what I'm saying, for pretty much so long that he may damn near be gay. Now you got to deal with those problems. You got to deal with these issues to try to break your son, and teach him to be a man. Then you got to fucking deal with society and this whole LG shit, whatever it is. And, you see people coming out the media trying to make fathers feel ashamed of themselves for not wanting nothing to do with their gay children. I mean, hey, that's his business. Whatever he decides, you can't force that shit on people, right? Or you got to deal with a badass son who pretty much a product, a baby thuggo, a young thuggo. You see what I'm saying? I can't even call him baby because, like I said, 12 years old, you know what the fuck you're doing. Who just like, fuck the world because my dad wasn't there. Now all of a sudden I got to go to daddy because I'm 12 and I'm bad as fuck. Or just a plain disobedient son who's not even really going to listen to you, who's going to say, I'm going back to my... Like, it's just so much shit you will have to deal with. And I'm not even finna get on the case of having a little girl. And if, you know what I'm saying, she's going to think she got to be either spoiled and you got to continue to keep it up. If you don't, she's staying with mom. Or you're going to be dealing with a little hoe. So it's going to be pretty much pointless at that point. That's why I said the system is very, very evil. And there's a reason why they do the shit they do. You know? For example, I got a son who's 11 years old because I'm about to wrap this up. His mom kept me out of his life pretty much his whole life. It was just a battle that I eventually said fuck it and gave up on. I got too tired. There was too much money being spent to go to court just to not get what I wanted to get from court. I found it to be stupid through growth. But for years, he's been getting into so much trouble in school. And when I would try to talk to the kid, he would pretty much tell me, like, he literally told me there's something inside of him that won't allow him to ignore other students and certain stuff. You know, when other kids are being bad, cutting up, when somebody looks at him the wrong way or whatever the case is, he stated pretty much that, you know, that's how he feels. He's not going to turn the other cheek. He's not going to let the teacher know that this kid keeps trying to call my name to get my attention and irritate me. He just to turn around and snap out on a child. And I had to think about the shit like, duh, that's how his mom is. His mom just have demonic outbursts over the smallest fucking things. You can be trying to say something logical to her like, dude, why do you keep having kids by all these different dudes? Like, you see how it's slowing you down. You see how you're affected by it. Like, just stop doing it. She won't register in her brain that you're trying to teach her something, that you're trying to inform her on something that'll benefit her. She will register that you're trying to attack her. And she flipped the fuck out. She just flips out. She could talk shit about everybody. But the minute you try to say something about her, she's ready to fight. She can't keep a home. She can't keep a roof over her head. She keep going from here to there. She ready to fight. Instead of looking at herself and looking at the whole conversation. So now, my son is the same way. The smallest thing you say to him, it's whatever. He don't want to hear it. Why would I want to put up with that when he turned 12 years old? He's about to be 12. I can see it right now. Me trying to get full custody and just having a fucking headache to the point where I'm like, dude, what? You got 6 more years until they tell you you're grown. That extra 6 years ain't nothing but programming still. The government, society still wants control of your child. Your child still has to go to school because we just need 6 more years now to really finish up. After your child become an adult, we need 6 more years now to really nab it in their head. This is America. This is the government. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a worker. You're supposed to go to college. You're supposed to pay all of this fucking money, have this nice house, have this business, continue all of this demonic evil shit that's going on without saying it's demonic. And that's what happens. But I didn't want to drag this video. I just personally feel like the reason why they award sole custody like automatically to the mother, because they understand that women are dependent. Men are typically should be independent. We should be the hunters. We should go out there and find a solution and find a way and question everything. And the objective is to create a future to where men will think like females. Men will be dependent. Men will need someone to do it for them.